Now, page 4, doing the pro-America, strong borders job that Congress refuses to do. Slowly but surely, Team Trump is piecing together pro-common sense immigration policies that supplant an impotent Congress. It's a brilliant, legal, and constitutional end around that is methodically being instituted layer by layer. The end result is a stronger, safer, and more pro-rule of law America. And these policies are fitting together very, very nicely. For example, Mexico beefing up security along its borders slows the advance of illegals traveling through its interior. And since these illegals are not so free to travel about their country, they're being delayed and detained and are being told if they are seeking asylum, then they need to do so in the first country in which they set foot. And since there are fewer illegals actually making it into the U.S. now, Team Trump is now vanquishing catch and release. That's right, gone are the days of apprehending an illegal, giving them a notice to appear, and then setting them free to roam about our country. And of course, these illegals never honor that notice to appear in court. So you see how all of this is fitting nicely together? Little by little, the border president is doing what he had promised as a candidate. The wall is being built, despite mis- and disreporting from the mainstream media. This, as common sense immigration policies are beginning to throttle the record-breaking invasion of humanity along our southern flank. And it's all being done through the sheer tenacity of the 45th president. He and he alone is executing the pro-America, strong borders job that Congress refuses to do. And one of the problem children in Congress blocking any pro-America effort to secure this republic is a radical liberal member of the fascist left Democrat caucus in the House, Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro.
That's why I'm deeply concerned about this administration's discriminatory policies, which have threatened the legal status of 800,000 Dreamers.
Stop tape. Stop tape. Dreamers. You know who I consider dreamers in this country? Legal citizens. 300 million U.S. residents. We're all dreamers. But in this case, of course, they're talking about younger people. Well, what about my daughter? Isn't she considered a dreamer? Doesn't she have dreams as an American citizen that should take precedence over people who are in this country illegally? Because that's what he's referring to. The 800,000, quote, dreamers are necessarily illegal immigrants. They're just putting a nice little moniker on there, dreamers, instead of illegal immigrants. And yes, they were brought to this country by their parents illegally, who necessarily violated our sovereignty illegally. So their parents are illegal. So what do we have here? We have two generations of illegals in this country. We have the parents and we have the people, the young children, brought to the United States by those parents. So we have two sets of illegals. So what if we did this? What if we use this DACA database, which apparently the government has, because remember, Barack Obama and company had these people register. Come on in and register, and we'll give you free paperwork. And don't worry about cutting in line ahead of people who have filed paperwork the way they should. And don't worry about the law. You're an illegal immigrant. You should be arrested and deported. So they have these so-called dreamers, DACA recipients, come in and fill out the paperwork. So now there's a database. And one would imagine included in that database is how they got there, a.k.a. their parents. So what if we do this? What if we split the baby? What if we say, okay, we'll give you amnesty, dreamers, but we're going to deport your parents? Sound ruthless? Sound mean? That database exists for us, the people of the United States, and we're free to use that database as we wish. And those people, necessarily, the parents, every single one of them is illegal. Why not use that database as a means to deport those illegals? One would imagine there could be somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 million, possibly 1.6 million. There's 800,000, right? Do the math. Somewhere around 1 million to 1.6 million illegals in this country. Right there, we have their names and we probably have their addresses. Why don't we go after them? In reality, they all should be deported, the parents and the children. Sure, you want to have a heart and say to these children who are here illegally, who know no other country except the United States, fine, we'll figure out some sort of fast track for you. If that's what the American people want to do on an issue like this, I'm okay with it. But the bottom line is we need to adhere to the law, and they all need to be deported. You want to fast track them back? We can look at that. But we need to be a country that adheres to the law, the rule of law. And this guy and the rest of them on Capitol Hill in the Democrat caucus want to obliterate the rule of law, and they want to keep open borders. That's their goal.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.